If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out.
36 alleged gang members today accused of terrorizing Brownsville. The suspects, as young as 16 years old, allegedly belonged to two rival gangs tied to dozens of shootings, one of them fatal. Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore is live in downtown Brooklyn with the details. Crystal.
Good afternoon, Liz. Well, authorities say among the evidence they have is a phone recording of an alleged gang member behind bars trying to convince a 14-year-old to take out a rival gang member. So this is impacting people much younger than 16 years old. These men, these alleged gang members that authorities have listed in these indictments are bold and shameless, according to authorities. 35 of them now off the streets, one still on the run. But this, according to authorities, is just another step forward in trying to curb the gang violence in Brooklyn.
These guys, they're running, they're shooting, they're reckless.
Children running for cover as alleged gang members open fire in a park in Brooklyn. Examples of the horrifying reality officials announced today they are taking down. 36 alleged gang members from rival Woo and Cho gangs indicted, variously charged with conspiracy to commit murder, conspiracy to possess weapons, and other related charges, including murder.
Literally, when these young men walk out of their housing developments, when they come out of their homes, they cross the street, they are considered to be on rival territory. And that proximity to each other and this long-standing feud has fueled so much of the violence in Brownsville for generations.
This indictment includes charges related to 36 separate shootings, resulting in 11 people shot and 1 person killed.
And these are the weapons involved, including this 9mm ghost gun. Authorities allege Woo member Jaden Grant shot and killed 34-year-old Tariq Thompson in Brownsville last June 29th.
We're not sure that Tariq Thompson was even the intended target in this case. He was from Queens, but he lost his life for that night.
In too many instances, police say innocent lives are caught in the crossfire, like this man who was just taking out the trash from his home.
12 times bullets entered into someone's home. Sometimes they were on the 4th floor, the 6th floor. Didn't matter, they were not safe from this violence.
And in downtown Brooklyn, right outside the DA's office, authorities say this video shows Cho members chasing after a Woo member and stomping on him. Video of the assault later posted on social media.
This is how they fuel the violence, through social media.
They got to get rid of it because where is it coming from?
Community members say the youth need more guidance.
The more you take away resources from areas and people who need them, the more problems you will have in those neighborhoods.
And authorities say shooting incidents actually went down in Brooklyn in the first quarter compared to last year. Went down from 53 to 49. And in Brownsville specifically, it went down from 34 to 3 again in the first quarter of the year. But the work continues to curb the gang violence. The Brooklyn DA says that they are now launching a Project Restore program here in Brownsville. They have one in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, but they're bringing it to Brownsville again to curb the violence and give some young men the skills that they need to get off the streets. For now, we are live in downtown Brooklyn. Crystal Cranmore, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Crystal.
Cold-blooded demonstration. 36 gang members, 36 shootings, innocent bystanders hit, 1 fatality. This right here is complete terror in the community, right? Now, before I get into the demonstration, allow me to give y'all a small, quick, or a little breakdown about these gangs calling themselves the Woo and the Cho. From my understanding, both of these gangs had established or initially originated in Brownsville, out there in Brooklyn, New York, right? Brownsville is not a large community. And the reason why that should be understood is because Brownsville is not that large enough for these gangs to not interact with one another. Being that Brownsville is a small community, and these gang locations, they're like right next to each other. So there's always going to be violence because there's like one building over or one street over and they can see their ops, right? And when you that close to your ops, there's always going to be bloodshed. There's always going to be shootings, fighting, stabbings, and all of those type of stuff. So the Woo and the Cho, or the Woo and the Chu, was it Cho? One of them. The Woo and the Cho. Yeah, Cho almost make it sound like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I in the joint, you know what I'm saying? We used to call them people that touch on kids. We used to call them Chomos, you know, for short. You know, so I don't want to be disrespecting nobody, but I think it is Cho, right? And it doesn't mean Chomo. Now, the Woo and the Cho initially began as larger gangs like Crips, Bloods, Gangster Disciples, right? But when they started to unify with other cliques around them that's close to them, then they became like GDs mixed with a couple of Bloods here, a couple of Crips here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or, you know, there would be just, you know, Crips and Bloods and a little clique over here and over there. And then that right there established themselves as the Woo and the Cho, right? So now we got a little background about the gang. But the cold-blooded part about this gang is that they've been warned for years. And the reason why they've been warned for years is because of the territory. They too close to each other. So the Woo want to take out the Cho. The Cho want to take out the Woo. And they going toe-to-toe every summer, every winter, killing each other, stabbing each other, fighting, shooting, and all that old type of stuff. Now, this is not the first time that they have been indicted. Back in 2020, I believe it is, what was it, February 2020, they caught another indictment where 34 of Woo and Cho members was captured and arrested and was sent to the penitentiary. Check it out.
Of operation to take down two gangs in a dangerous battle for territory that played out on streets in Brooklyn for years. 34 reputed gang members now under arrest. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Fleischer has the story.
Some of the most violent shootings between two gangs were caught on security video. Guns drawn and indiscriminately firing at rivals with but one reason in mind.
The two are basically engaged in a continuous state of warfare. You know, the theme is you shoot one of us, we'll shoot two of you.
These rival gangs, the Woo and the Cho, according to investigators, were located in Brownsville, around Livonia and Rockaway Avenues, each controlling opposite sides of the streets.
Since 2002, there's been over 70 shootings.
Former Police Commissioner James O'Neill took Eyewitness News to that area last year, to what he described as the most dangerous street in the city.
The numbers have gone way down, but still, compared to the rest of the city, it's more violent.
The NYPD's Brooklyn North Gang Squad and the DA's Violent Criminal Enterprises Bureau spent 2 years investigating the gangs, leading to the arrest of 34 alleged members, charging them with 121 counts of attempted murder, assault, and conspiracy. One suspect in this video was considered to be a prolific shooter.
This is just part of the continuous warfare. He recognizes rival gang members, and as he walks by, he decides that he's going to shoot them.
Police seized these 16 handguns thought to have been used in the shootings. The Woo gang also allegedly targeted and exploited young females, calling them holsters because they carried the members' weapons.
They have these young women walk with them to rival gang territory with their guns so that they can use those guns when they want to use them.
One of the shootings took place near the busy Fulton Mall in July of 2018, when investigators say rival members first got into a physical dispute.
Fired a gun and struck an alleged rival gang member, and they also hit and struck two innocent bystanders.
One of those struck was Stephanie Villanueva.
I thank God that I'm here today. He spared me my life, because if it wasn't, my 3 kids back there would have been without a mom.
The suspects have been arrested, arraigned, and are now being held.
You see what I'm saying? So they've been raising hell over there in Brownsville for some time now. They've been causing chaos over there for some time now. I mean, we got to understand something. They hit 34 of them in 2020. 6 years later, now they hitting 36 of them. And as you can see by the reports, you know, it's attempted murders, gun violence, felon in possession of guns, sex trafficking, you know, drugs and stuff like that. Everything that harms the community, these guys is doing. So now in 2026, they just got hit with another one, with 36 of their members is gone. And 36 shooting. This demonstration was called Operation Crossfire. And I believe the reason why it was called Operation Crossfire is because so many people got caught up in their madness. So many innocent people got caught up in the shootings. That ain't got nothing to do with no gang banging or nothing. You know, as you seen by the news clip, little kids, they by the park, little kids running and stuff like that, trying to get away from the gunfire. One man got caught up in the gunfire. He taking out his garbage. He ended up getting shot. Who wants to live in a community like that? Who wants to live around people like that? Well, when you take your kids out, or when you go out just to do your daily duties, go to work or whatever the case may be, you got to worry about being shot because you got the Woo and the Cho gangbang. And they not giving y'all no type of relief. They just, as soon as they see each other, they trying to kill each other. They don't have no type of protocol saying, hey man, listen, check this out. The kids gonna be out in the daytime, man. Y'all wanna see us, man, see us at night. Meet us in the back alley. You see, no, it ain't none of that. Ain't no organization, ain't no structure, or none of that. That's why so many people are getting caught up in the crossfires, right? So in this latest indictment, 36 guys get locked up, 36 shootings. You see? Now the cold-blooded part about the 36 shootings is that 36 people ain't get shot. 11 people got shot or injured, and one person died. But that still doesn't take away from the trauma that they creating. Because we got to understand that a lot of the time people don't get harmed physically, they get harmed emotionally and mentally. You know, just living in these war zones. You see what I'm saying? Just living in an environment where you got to worry about being shot. That's just way too much. The taxpaying citizen that lives in Brownsville, that lives in Brooklyn, shouldn't have to be worried about somebody badass kids running around shooting indiscriminately and shooting innocent people, killing innocent people, men, women, and children. You shouldn't have to worry about that. But you do. Because these little badass kids don't have no type of discretion when it comes to beefing. They see they ops. If a grandmama is out there, she in the way, she might get shot. You see? And so that's how we got to start thinking about this type of stuff. We got to start looking at it like that. Like, man, wait a minute. Like, why do I have to live like this? Why do I have to live in fear? I'm not a gangbanger. I'm not doing anything wrong. So why should I have to live in fear because of something that they doing? You see? We got to start looking at it like that. So that way it'll allow us to protect the community. Because if we not protecting the community and we letting these little guys right here just run wild like that, listen, it's going to continue. As you can see, they got hit in 2020 and now they getting hit in 2026. You see? That's what's that? 6 years later. And they still doing the same thing. So a lot of people might say, hey, hood educated, how did these guys get caught up? How is the police, starting these investigations on these guys? Well, it's real easy nowadays. Because nowadays, gangsters, they want to be known for their work. You see, back in our day, a gangster will do something, he'll want to keep it low because he don't want his name to be out there too much like that. Because he understands that having clout and fame for putting in work brings heat on him. Put the police on them. So, gangsters back in the day tried to keep a low profile. But this is a different era in time now. Gangsters now, they want the clout. They want the fame. They want the profile. They want everybody to know, hey, look, check this out. I killed that person over there. Oh, look, my gang, we did that. You see? And the proof of that is this right here. They go right to the internet. Every time they do some work, they go right to the internet and they start bragging and boasting about what they did. And so in this situation right here, what the police did was every time these gangs got on the internet, Facebook and Instagram or other social media sites and bragged about their criminal activity, the police would say, hold on, wait a minute. Did he just say they put in some work, somebody got shot? Well, let's go back up a little bit. Let's go see if there have been any police reports of people being shot. And so that's how they will corroborate their stories. The police will go on social media and say, oh, he's talking about shooting somebody. Oh, okay, let's go over here and see. Oh, somebody been shot over here. You see? And then what they would do is they would get video footage and they would see the persons and you know, having their shootouts and stuff like that. And then they would go right to Instagram, and the guy that's on Instagram talking crazy, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, we did this, we did that. Got on the same clothes, same hoodie, same shoes, showing the same gun that they got on video camera from the crime scene. You see? So the police is connecting dots. The police is corroborating stuff. Not only that, the police is using their phones against them. You see? Because when they put in work, they want to text their friends, they want to text people from other sides of the town, yeah, we just got done, did this, we did that. And they connecting it like that. Not only that, but the phone location. Oh, you can't say you wasn't over there because your phone was over there. And we got you on camera on Instagram wearing the same clothes as the person that we got over here doing the shooting. You see? So they connecting them like that and banging them. I'm talking about banging them. But the cold-blooded part about this whole demonstration is this right here. A lot of witnesses is coming forward. A lot of people in that community is tired of it. So a lot of eyewitnesses is saying, hey man, look, I seen what happened. This was going on. You see what I'm saying? And willing to testify. Cold-blooded demonstration. Now look, allow me to say this right here. I understand, yeah, we all about cleaning up the community, but be safe. You know, because if you sticking your neck out there to testify and all that old type of stuff and you not being unknown or anonymous with it, then, you know, protect yourself. You know, because these guys right here is crazy. They were literally trying to kill you for doing what's right. Here it is, you sitting up here saying, hey man, I don't like how this going in our community, man. I want to change what's happening. And they say, nah, we don't want to change what's happening. And being that you want to change it, you in our way, so we're going to try to shoot and kill you. So if, you know, you demonstrating like that, be careful with yourself. Protect yourself. Yeah, don't let nobody do nothing to you. Protect yourself and protect your family, period. Another way they caught up with these guys is rap music. Because nowadays, these guys, they want to get on a song and they want to tell the world about their crimes. They want to let the world know, hey, yeah, we killed those guys over there. Hey, yeah, we shot those guys over there. We beat them up, we stabbed them. And so a lot of people are under the impression that, hey man, they can't use rap songs, you know, in the court. Yes, they can. And they have been. Now, we understand that there is a law saying that they can't use your art, right? They can't use your art in the courtroom. And so allow me to tell y'all the difference. Let's just say if myself and the hood educated residents and guests, if we decided to make a song right now called the killing fields, and we talking about killing everything that move. I'm talking about from the ants on the ground, from the birds in the sky, from the people on the ground, right? But all this is fantasy or art, this is imagination, then they can't do nothing about that because no crime has been committed. So we can rap about this stuff, right? We can talk crazy and all that type of stuff. But if no crime has been committed, then they can't use that because that is art. That is our imagination. But when you are rapping about criminal activity, I'm talking about actual crimes that can be corroborated with actual evidence. Like if I rapped about killing a man, I shot him in the head, the back, and the foot on 39th and DuPont, and they go on 39th and DuPont and they find a man shot in the head, the back, and the foot on 39th and DuPont, my rap lyrics is corroborating criminal activity. My rap lyrics is corroborating a crime. So yeah, they can use that because it's almost like a lyrical confession. You see? So yeah, they gonna use that, and that's how they catching these boys. These boys rapping about their crimes. And the police is sitting back playing connect the dots, putting it all together. You see? Now, before I depart, allow me to say this right here, especially to the young brothers and some of you classic brothers and sisters. As you can see, this stuff right here does not pay. You got old gangsters, you got young gangsters. This stuff right here does not pay whatsoever. Listen, after they get done, like these guys right here, they finna go to the penitentiary. A lot of them finna get a large amount of their life taken away from them because they finna charge a lot of these guys with murder, attempted murder, felon in possession of firearms, illegal firearms, drug distribution, right? These guys is finna go away. And the cold-blooded part about that is this right here. When they go away, ain't gonna be no gang there to support them. No, ain't gonna be no gang there to support them. They finna start calling their mama, their family members, the child's mother, the baby mama that they didn't give a damn about once upon a time. They finna start calling everybody that they neglected. They finna start calling everybody that they never spent any time with. They finna call everybody that they disrespected. Because now, the family that they accepted and the family that accepted them, which is the gang, has been obliterated. Yeah, it's probably a couple of them out there left, but that ain't gonna help. Because the mass majority of these gang members and stuff like that, these guys be on drugs, heavy drugs. You see? And so once you got a drug habit and you got a homie locked up, nah, my money going to the drug. I'm not finna be sending my drug money to you and you in there so you can eat a couple food. Nah, hell nah. Cause you want some noodles and honey buns and nah, hell nah. My money gotta go on these drugs. I love these drugs more than I love myself. You see, so now they in there stuck. Now they in there contemplating. Now they in there thinking. Now reality is really hitting them and they sitting back like, damn, man, I'm really finna go to the penitentiary. You see what I'm saying? I'm really finna leave. It don't pay. Let me tell you gangbangers something. Ain't no 401k plan. Ain't none of that. This is what you signed up for. You finna go to jail or you finna die. Ain't no, you done wasted all your time gangbanging and being with these so-called guys that love you when you could have been with your family. You see, all the time you wasted gangbanging, just imagine if you used that time to go get you a trade. If you used that time to do something fruitful. If you used all that time to go to school, to work a job, to establish yourself a career, right? Then you can see a bright future. You see? But gangbanging don't offer you that. Gangbanging don't offer you no bright future. Gangbanging offer you everything that's gonna harm you. Everything. You going to jail, you getting shot, or you gonna die. Period. That's all it got for you. So what's the use for it? Are we constantly going to continue to get locked up? Are we constantly going to just ignore what happened or what's going on before our eyes? Or are we going to look at this situation and say, hey man, you know what, maybe I need to change, man. Maybe I need to change some a little bit because, man, this stuff right here going on. All my friends locked up, all my friends dead, all my friends done got shot, beat up. They can't live in peace because as soon as they come out the door, they got to worry about getting shot from these guys. Hey, nah, man, I don't want to live like that. Who want to live like that? The only people that want to live like that is the misguided. They have no structure. They have no instructions. So all they want to do is destruction. You see? Understand something. I'm talking to the gangsters. Listen. Gangs don't build community. Gangs don't build unity. Gangs don't even trust each other. It's too much illegal stuff going on. You gotta side eye your brother. You gotta make sure your brother ain't trying to backdoor you. You see what I'm saying? Gangbanging takes away all your opportunity. All of it. Because gangbang institutes violence. And when you a violent person, people don't want to be around that. Somebody might see you and say, hey, you know what? Check it out, man. You know, I seen how you did this and I seen how you did that, man. You can be a good, I got a good opportunity for you, man, for you to make some money. But when they start seeing you gang banging and you robbing and killing and stuff like that, they don't want to be around you. I'm telling you from experience. I remember I was gang banging so tough. It was a big time drug dealer. He was one of the lures, right? And he really wanted to mess with me. He really wanted to put me on. He really wanted to get me in the field of making some money. But he told me straight up, he said, man, I can't fuck with you, man, because you doing this. You see, I can't. He understood in his mind without even telling me. He thinking to himself that, man, you finna be dead in a minute, bruh. I can't mess with you. You see? And that goes for just, legal opportunities too. When people see you in the gang bang lifestyle, they go on your social media. You talking about you want to work for their company and they go on your social media. You on there with guns, throwing up gang signs and stuff like that. They like, hell no, he can't work here. No, hey, hell no, he can't work here. Because he might bring that violent attitude, or the gang that he's into it with might come to our establishment, our business, and start shooting it up. No, we can't risk that. Nah, hell no. You see? So it blocks all type of opportunity for you. Not only that though, it turns brothers into enemies. Here it is, we have a community of black people or African Americans or whatever, we have our community, but we can't trust each other in the community, right? We looking at each other like we ops and we ain't even ops. But just because of what's going on, just because of the environmental box that we living in, establishes violence and gang banging and drugs and all that old type of stuff, we can't trust nobody. We can't trust nobody to do business with. You see, and then we just, we without even saying that we enemies, we look at each other like enemies. Hey, no, don't go over there. Don't do this. Don't do that. You see? So I'm talking about, it takes a lot away from the community. Instead of unity, gangs create division, loss, and fear. You see what I'm saying? How can we build? How can we build if we live in an environmental box full of gangs and all they creating is fear and division and life loss, time loss? We can't build like that. So when the police come and do a sweep, the way that they just did a sweep on these boys, hey man, I don't mind it, man. Hey, look, that's how it go. That's what they signed up for. They knew they was gonna go to jail at some point. And it appears that the people in the community, they wasn't mad about it neither. You see what I'm saying? And so for you gangsters, before I leave, for you gangsters, you wondering why the police running up on y'all and stuff like that, y'all inviting them. Yeah, y'all inviting them. Your actions, the violence, the guns, the drugs, yeah, you guys are inviting them. All you got to do is do something constructive with your time. And you won't even have to worry about the police. There will be no need for the police to be patrolling your neighborhood if you had a neighborhood of peace. You see what I'm saying? If you had a neighborhood of unity, if you could unify with your brother and establish peace with your brother, then you won't have to worry about the police. Police will be riding through the hood like, man, this is boring, man. Like, where's the crime at? Where's the action? You see? So look, I don't mind when they come and do these type of sweeps. Back in my gangster days, yeah, hell yeah, because I was a part of the problem. But now, since we ain't gonna clean up the community, we leave it in the hands of the police to do it. And I ain't got no problem with it. This is Hood Educated, not lame related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. If you're still here, I want you to check out my latest video that I just posted concerning Big 30 and his father's involvement in the Pooh Shiesty robbery against Gucci Mane. Peace and love.